Probably one of the most advanced robot mowers on the market. The main thing that sets this apart is that it has real blades and totally epic track wheels as well. And it does high enough quality of cut that even lawn snobs like myself that has been kind of anti-robot mower for a long time are feeling comfortable with the work that it's doing. I'm going to show you all the details, as well as put it through some very heavy testing so that you guys can see if it's worth the investment for you. Now, LYMOW did send this out to me to do testing, but you know me, I'm going to put it through real world paces and give you my honest thoughts and opinions, because this is a big deal. It is not cheap, but could easily pay for itself if it's able to replace your time mowing your lawn, or even more so, replace a full-time mowing crew. This is what really sets the LYMOW robotic lawnmower apart. Check it out, you guys. Real legit lawnmower blades. And they came from the factory pretty darn sharp. I'm impressed. Let's see their tolerance. Oh boy, it does not get much closer than that. Look at that. That's fantastic. And then look at this. There's this big port right here that comes down as well as out. That is on both sides. And I'll show you, but these little screens here, and then there's some back here as well. There's a fan, a turbo fan inside there, and it blows a whole ton of air out of these ducts right here and pushes the clippings kind of down into the grass here, as well as blows the clippings out to the side as well to evenly spread them and minimize clumping. I've got these awesome omnidirectional wheels, and they actually move up and down to help with the height. So freaking cool. And then, of course, the other major standout feature are these heavy-duty epic tracks. Let's unbox this. There's the lawnmower itself. Looks like it's charging stations underneath that. We'll get to that here momentarily. Got a little warranty card here, and then a jumbo size quick start guide. Going big, just like you're going big with this particular mower. And here we've got a little antenna. This is a wall mount bracket for the RTK reference station, which is this little thing right here. That's what allows it to drive without any boundary wires. And then we've got this big earth stake, which would attach to these two poles. If you want to mount the RTK station in the ground as opposed to on the wall, you can use that. Got a nice little baggie of hardware and tools. And then this is just an extension cable of some variety, either for charging or the RTK antenna. Got some earth screws to be able to secure the charging dock to the ground. This is the charging brick. Then a nice heavy-duty extension cable once again, and two little curved pieces of plastic. All right, got the mower out. Tucked in here, I've got another power adapter. This one seems to be significantly beefier. And here is the charging dock. Coming out of this charging dock, we've got 2 ports to plug things into, and then we also have a weather-protected on-off toggle switch. Let's see if we can set up the app here. All I had to do so far was just download it and create an account. And so now we're going to come here and hit Add Device. And we're going to set up our little beast. It says, turn it on to pair. So I presume we push this button right here. We may need to engage the battery first. That might be important. Engaging the battery is very simple. Just squeeze these 2 tabs. This cover opens. The battery has a little release tab right there, and it simply slides out. It's heavy, be careful. And then inside here, you've got a little power connector. So I'm going to use 2 hands to connect this up, and I'll show you when it's done. But you can see the plug is right here on the side of the battery. All right, got it all connected. So we just simply slide this in until it clicks, and I'll simply put the cover back on. And now we should be able to power it up. I hear something. So there's a bad glare, but there's a bunch of just random numbers and stuff on the screen here. And we've got flashing green lights.
Hello, let's get moving.
Yep, and look at that. It detected it. Okay, we are connecting now to the Wi-Fi. Yay, it says we're connected. And the camera wasn't rolling, but the mower also said it was connected, so that's good. Let's go ahead and hit next. We need to scan the RTK base station. Let's go ahead and do that. Pro tip, maybe set this up in the app before you mount the RTK base station, just because that makes it substantially easier to set up. So we scan that, And it says we're successful. I'm going to call this LYMOW for now, and we'll hit finish. All right, it just went through its update and everything, and I'll show you how to set it up to automatically mow, but I really want to see how this works just off the bat here. So in the mapping mode, what we're going to do is push this little game controller icon, which should be like manual mow. And of course, we're going to turn the blade speed all the way up because that's what we got to do. As far as cutting height goes, let's go with 5 centimeters. Wow, I can mow a meter a second all the way down to 3. Let's keep it medium. So let's go ahead and save those parameters. And then it needs to make sure that we're good. So let's go ahead and slide that. Okay, well, let's see. Now try driving it forward to see what happens. Well, at least drives. The blades aren't going. Ah, there we go. Now we're going. Well, it's doing something. Let's lower its deck a little bit. So let's go back into here. Let's lower the cutting height down to, 4 centimeters is good. And then, let's go 5. Yep. Okay, let's do this again.
Attention. Lawnmower starting now.
Oh, yeah. Check it out. It's cutting the grass very, very well. And this is very tall grass. And the grass is kind of wet, so. But nothing like a torture test right off the bat. That's doing some work. Check it out. And look how much distance that's covered. The cutting width is insane. This is not your average robot mower. This one actually gets the job done with no complaints. Most of you know I am a big-time lawn snob, and I have a hard time relinquishing stuff to a robot because I've never been happy with the cut quality or the striping, really. This one may actually convert me. I'm just having it manually driven at the moment. This is not its algorithm or anything. I just wanted to see it do some cutting. So I just totally love that they include the wall mount plus the ground mount just in the box. And then they send extension cables for the RTK base station. And the cool thing is this small power adapter right here is actually just for the RTK base station. So if you need to locate that somewhere that's different than the charging dock and where it plugs in, you can do that. And then you're not bound by any, thing being right next to the docking station or whatever. So that's very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the ground stake and just see how that works. So we're going to connect the cable up first and then drop it down the tube, because once this is down inside right here, there's no way to access it. So just like that, we've got that hooked up, and you can see the cables just coming out of that hole down there. This small antenna here just attaches to the bottom of the RTK base station. And then I've just set up this stake on the bottom of this RTK base station mount. All right, we got the mower here, we've got the base station set up, we've got the RTK base station set up on this pole here. I'm going to try that, and we're going to map this backyard. That's what we did as a test cut. So on this home screen here, we're going to go ahead and hit create map, and it says remove debris and obstacles and stuff, so that's good. We'll go ahead and go next. And it's going to do some checks, everything checked out. And we're going to hit next. And then we are going to rotate to landscape, and we're going to hit the little plus button up in the top right, and we're going to create a zone. And so now you just simply drive the mower using the on-screen controls around the perimeter of the yard. I don't know if you can tell, but this grass I've purposefully let grow long. You can test this out. Very, very quiet when driving, almost silent. So that's all done. And now we get to give the zone a name. We also get to adjust the cutting height. Go ahead and do basically 2.5 inches. So then we can come here to blade speed, set the speed. I'm gonna go 5,000, I just love that. The movement speed for this zone, I'm actually gonna slow it all the way down just for the first mow, because you can see how long this grass is. stripe angle. This is very cool. And the awesome thing about this app, look, it gives you the shape of the lawn so you know what direction this is going to go at. So let's see if we can adjust it. Yeah, see how as I slide this, it will change the direction. Isn't that cool? Let's leave it 0 and it will go back and forth this direction. Path spacing, you get to decide how big of an overlap you do. So let's go ahead and do the middle, 11.8. And we get to say if it's going to mow the perimeter or the main area first. I love mowing perimeters first. We're going to do that. This is very cool. You can turn off the outer mowing motor, and what it says right here is that it turns off the outside blade to prevent clippings from being sprayed onto like your hard surfaces or whatever. That's very cool, but I'm going to say no, I want to keep it on for now. Mowing pattern, we can zigzag, we can do chessboard or perimeter laps only. Let's go ahead and do zigzag. Obstacle avoidance, we can do smart, where it will use like visual obstacle avoidance, or touch only, so if it crashes into something, then it will avoid it. Let's go ahead and try smart. Sometimes shadows and stuff foul that up, so let's just see. We have no-go zone mowing laps. Oh, so it will actually mow around a no-go zone, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do 1 on that. You can decide how many laps around the perimeter it's going to go. Let's go ahead and do 2 laps. And then you can do a precise edge or an offset edge to what you've set, for obstacles and different things like that. We'll go ahead and do a slight offset. Let's go ahead and save that. And we have success. All right, let's create a no-go zone. So first we're going to drive over to where we don't want it to mow. If we come over here, you'll see that I've got a large tree root. And that is a hazard. So we want to create a no-go zone around that so that we don't damage the mower. So we're going to drive it over manually to where it needs to go. We're simply going to push the plus button right up here, and we're going to say no-go zone. And now it's going to record, as we drive it around, this no-go zone. You can see here in the map, a little no-go zone right there traced out. Once you finish mapping, you need to go in and show it where to charge. And that's as simple as just telling it, create a charging location, and then you simply drive it to its charging dock, just like that. All right, once you get this set up with the charging location, you need to create a path for it to be able to exit and enter the charger. So we're gonna go ahead and come over here and hit the plus button, and we're gonna hit channel. They call it channel. A little button comes up, and then you just simply drive the mower to where you want it to start, as you can see right there. All right, let's see if this will mow now. So we'll come here to the app, and we'll go ahead and say mow. I don't know if you can see, but the deck is lowering. Now it's raising. I presume that's just like a calibration. Now it's lowering again.
Attention. Lawnmower starting now.
So it's leaving quite a bit uncut on the edge here. So I probably need to adjust the tolerance to be more precise so that it cuts closer to the edge. And can you see that it has a little discharge port? You can kind of see the grass moving. Also just an observation you may or may not be able to see, but in this very tall grass, this is why I have it going slow speed, but there is a little mohawk right in the middle. Now that would probably be expected with how long this grass is. It's chopping off a good amount, but there is a little mohawk in the middle in certain spots. But that would be resolved with like a second pass. Okay, check it out. It's mowing very generously around the no-go zone there. All right, that's 1 pass around the edge. Let's see if it does 2. Yep, right on cue. I'm gonna go for a second pass around the edge. All right, we're coming up to the end of the second pass around the edge here. So let's see if it starts doing a zigzag pattern like we programmed it. Looking promising. Very crisp, straight lines. Yeah, it's doing it. Look at that. And it knows that it already mowed here, so now it's going to turn around and continue mowing in its pattern here. Okay guys, as you can see, the evening is upon us. The sun is about to set. So what I'm going to do is pause it here. This was good initial testing. We're going to come back another day here, and I'm going to fire this up, and I'm going to let you guys see it mow in time lapse the entire yard. Just want to mention a couple of things before we get back to the time lapse. First, I set the parameter to not leave any margin around the edge. And I don't know if you can see, but he basically mowed the entire edge just perfect. And there's a little bit here that he didn't come up and get as close to the edge, but that might have been mapping issues as well. But over here, he mowed the entire edge super, super well. This little corner kind of swung wide. The track went right there, but the deck actually went right here. So I would recommend potentially not having any kind of margin for the edge unless you have a big cliff or something you really don't want him to fall off. Some other things to make mention of, he started at a 100% state of charge. I've got the blades going the fastest speed that they can go. I've got the movement speed third to slowest, just for this initial mow, because you can see how long this grass is. So this is our no-go zone. Let's see how the LYMOW lawnmower handles that. Doing pretty darn good at avoiding that. What you didn't see is he did do a pass around it when he did the edge. All right, he just finished mowing, and he's supposed to follow along the edge of the lawn, which I think he's gonna do so that he does not ruin the beautiful stripes that he put in the lawn. Look how good that looks, you guys. Oh yeah, this is a lawn snob's dream. Look at this. He's just tracking very carefully around the edge and not messing up the lines. It's been one of my biggest gripes of robotic mowers is they finish or they run out of battery and they just go cutting across the shortest direction and ruin all of their beautiful stripes. Look how good that looks. Place your bets on how much power it used. It started at 100% state of charge. He barely started charging again. He only used 56%, and that was with the blades going full speed with quite the long amount of grass. That is very impressive. All right, now let me show you how you add a zone, because you saw him mow this backyard, but we need to add more of a challenge. So if we come over here, we've got to cross this driveway, and then I've got the side yard right here, and I'd like to have the LYMOW lawnmower take care of this as a separate zone. Okay, to add a zone, first we got to drive him to the new zone. So let's go ahead and hit View Map, and let's hit the pencil there. And now we're going to go to Manual Control, so a little game controller, and we'll have no blade speed, and we can speed him up fast. All right, and now we'll just drive him to the new location, hot rod style. Drives really fast. And we'll show you how to make a pathway here in just a second, but we've got to first map the zone. So now that we're in position, we will go ahead and hit the plus button on the phone, and then we will go ahead and hit zone, and now it's going to map a zone. So we're just going to drive this around like normal. Coming up on the end here, and it should automatically complete. So we've got the new zone, set the parameters. Great. So now we need to teach the mower how to get from this zone to its charging station. So we're starting the mower here on the charger, and now we're going to create a channel and see if just a single channel connecting zone 1 and zone 2, the side yards, together is the answer. So we're just manually driving it here from the phone, creating a channel from zone 1 to zone 2. So now it knows how to get from one point to the other. And now let's go ahead and dock him, and he should automatically path back the way we programmed him. So far, so good. Almost like we programmed him or something. And there we go. He did it. All right, so now I want to try mowing that new zone we just created. So I'm going to come here to the app, and I'm going to go select, and I'm going to tap on the zone that I want. I can highlight in green, and now I should be able to just hit mow, and it should automatically track over to that new area and mow it. Let's see.
Lawnmower starting now.
Okay, there's some obstacles here. It's mainly this spigot. Let's see what it does. Oh, and it gracefully passes by. All right, and now for your enjoyment. He mowed up and down. You can see the nice lines, but the lawn was very long and there was some mohawking. So now I'm gonna have him go 90 degrees and kind of do the checkerboard pattern and see if we can clean up the remaining long grass on this yard. He should have plenty of battery. He has 52%. It's probably not gonna take as much work for him to do this mow because it's not as long. So I'm hoping that the battery should last. We'll find out. So I'm going to select the back and we're gonna mow. I don't know if you can tell very good on the camera, but did a very, very nice job. You can still see the lines going this direction, but if we look this direction, we've also got the lines. So we've got the really nice checkerboard appearance. And as he's pulling in here, I'll show you, he finished with 16% battery remaining. So that was him mowing the entire backyard here 2 times. The one time with super tall, thick grass, and then the second time doing the checkerboard pattern, plus 1 time of zone 2, the side yard. And that was with the blade speed at max, which I'm sure uses considerably more power than if you slowed it down. But I love the quality of cut that the high speed brings, so that's why I'm sticking with it. Got the LYMOW lawnmower here. We're gonna test obstacle avoidance. First, we want to see how it handles terrain. Now, it's going to be really hard to see, but there's a giant divot right here. Let's see how he is able to deal with that. See if he gets stuck or if he's able to climb out of it or what. There he goes. You see him climb out of that? So those omnidirectional wheels as well as the track wheels really help with that. See how he handles this obstacle again. Here we go. Up, did you see that? His bumper hit it. So he's gonna come out and around it and avoid it. So its obstacle avoidance bumper works exceptionally well. Alright, just so you can see, I am running the current firmware, version 2.1.26. The LYMOW robotic lawnmower is supposed to have some camera vision, as well as some like ultrasonic sensors, plus the bumper on its cutting deck. Let's put this ball in its path here. Here it comes. Immediately slows down, reverses, look at that, and continues the striping pattern that it originally started. That's very cool. All right, here comes down the other side of the ball, obviously avoiding it. Now there's this whole strip of lawn that did not get mowed. So let's see if he comes back and does it or if he's going to continue. Yep, he's coming back now. Pick up the other side of the obstacle. This is very cool. Nice, mowed just to the side of the obstacle. Reversing now. Yep. Bumped it out of the way a little bit there. We're going to clean up the grass behind the obstacle and then let's see if it goes back and resumes its mowing. Yes indeed, very good. I've got this low profile plastic bowl. So let's stick that kind of down in the grass and let's see what happens. Perfection. Watch how it handles this hill. With its track wheels, did you see that? It's got such great traction. Okay. Go to the side of the bowl again. Let's watch it. See if it bumps it again like it did the ball. Nope, not this time. This time it completely avoided it. All right, let's do an even more low profile thing. Let's mash that plate down into the ground a little bit. That is actually below the level of the long grass. So let's see if the LYMOW lawnmower is able to avoid it. Totally spotted it. That's absolutely fantastic. But the other awesome thing though is, it's not afraid of shadows. Other robot lawnmowers I've tested get confused between obstacles and shadows. this LYMOW lawnmower so far, even with it being as new as it is, has just really nailed the obstacle avoidance. All right, let me show you the traction on this. It's hard to see, but there's a pretty steep drop right here. Let's see if he mows over that, and I'll show you how he climbs out. Yeah, did you see him fall in? So let's watch him be able to maneuver out of this ditch. See, he's a little stuck, and then he maneuvered out, up and down. Very, very impressive maneuvering and traction. Okay, let's step the obstacle avoidance up a notch, and let's see about this large plant, as if it were like a tree branch or something that's fallen down in the path. There he comes, and he noticed it. All right, next we're gonna test just some large leaves. See if that triggers the obstacle avoidance or if he mows it. Oh, look at that, it triggered it. Okay, next just a single leaf. Let's see if he mows over that. That triggers over obstacle avoidance as well. Could potentially be an issue if, for example, autumn time, leaves have fallen, and he starts thinking that all the leaves are obstacles. If you're curious to know what's on this screen, there's really not much to see, and it's going to be very difficult for you to see. It just basically has a couple of symbols and some random numbers and whatnot. It does tell you the state of charge up there in the top right corner. It looks like it might give you some error codes down here at the bottom. Anyway, generally speaking, the screen is not as helpful as the app. And guys, something else that's a huge deal is this battery. It's huge for one thing. See, check out the size of that bad boy. It's rated for almost 500 watt hours. And supposedly this battery is a lithium iron phosphate chemistry. You can also find replacement batteries on LYMOW's website already, and they're not ridiculously expensive. But lithium iron phosphate is hands down the way to go, because that chemistry lasts forever. So they're not trying to do a money grab by giving you the standard lithium ion battery chemistry that only lasts a couple hundred cycles. They're giving you the good stuff that legitimately lasts a long, long time. Many, many charge cycles, and is a lot more tolerant to heat. And it's just a matter of unclipping some things and sliding things in and out to replace it if need be. So it having a lithium iron phosphate battery is a huge selling point. Then when it's charging, FYI, you've got a little charging indicator light right here. And this bar kind of fills up as it charges your mower. Those light-colored rounded parts are metal contacts. What has happened is that grass juice builds up, dries on, and then it tries to come and dock, and those little contacts there cannot make good contact with the metal underneath the mower, and then the mower will not charge. I've talked to LYMOW about this issue, and they are working to permanently fix it. Not everyone's going to, but if you are experiencing that issue, reach out to LYMOW. They have a little cleaning kit that they will send you to maintain these contacts so that they charge correctly. Let me show you something very cool with this lawnmower. Come back here to the control panel and push and hold the plus button right here. Watch what happens. The omnidirectional wheels lift up into the deck, and then watch the deck. Isn't that sweet? I'll tell you one piece of software I'd like to see updated in like a future firmware or something, and leave a comment down below if you agree. But I don't know if you've noticed, but every time this mower has gone around the perimeter of the lawn, it has gone the same direction. Goes clockwise around the yard. And I would love to have an option where I could vary that so that it goes counterclockwise one time and then clockwise the next time. That way the lawn doesn't get just pushed over, laying down in one direction as it constantly goes around clockwise. Is that just me being the lawn snob that I am, or would the rest of you guys enjoy seeing something like that? Another test I would like to run with this is supposedly it has a rain sensor on it so that it will not mow when it's raining. Now, it's a perfectly cloudless day, so we aren't going to be getting any rain today, but I think I might be able to turn on the sprinklers and do a little artificial rain. So let's test it and see what happens. It's hard to see, but there's a sprinkler right over here, and it's hitting the LYMOW right now. Getting wet here myself.
Docking to recharge.
Oh, and it just stopped. And if you look right here, it says rain detected robot is returning to the dock to avoid wet grass. So the rain detection works extremely well. Please be sure and leave your comments and questions down below. I'm only going to have this for a limited time, but if I still have it and you've got questions or concerns or interests you'd like to see tested, please let me know, and I'll see if I can help answer them and clear them up for you. And then please let me know your opinion on this. I am very impressed with its cut quality and what it's able to do for a robot. This is stepping robot lawnmowers up by a large margin. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe for 100% free things, but really benefit the channel. So many things are going behind paywalls these days, and I want to continue to bring this free content to you. So please do those 4 free things for me. I've always got more great content on the way for you. And we'll catch y'all next time.